Yes.
It's on.
Okay. Om Shanti. Today's Murli, dated 6th of December 1987. The basis of success is to have an elevated attitude. When the attitude is elevated, when we are soul conscious state, when we are in a state of nirakari, nirvikari, nirahankari, we are combined with the
San-
Almighty Baba.
Sanjay bhai, just give me a minute. I think Reena Ben is joining. Didi, have you joined in?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Sanjay bhai, is it okay? Didi will continue.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
You may continue.
Okay, so let's continue, Sanjay bhai, today. Didi, you can take up on Monday then. The
Yeah,
second part.
sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm.
The Murli dated 6th of December 1987. The basis of success is to have an elevated attitude. When we talk about elevated attitude, that is in a state of soul conscious state, resulting in by rigorous purusharth to become nirakari, nirvikari, and nirahankari, the soul is connected with the Almighty. And when it is connected with Almighty, that sankarang takes place and safalta, the siddhi swarup, the success is guaranteed or success becomes quite natural. Today, Bab Dada is looking at the gathering of his holy swans everywhere. Each holy swan is seated on the seat of his elevated stage. This gathering of holy swans seated on their seats is alaukic and unique in the whole cycle. Each holy swan is decorated extremely beautifully with his or her specialities. As all the swans are alaukic, that is, not in body conscious, that is, soul conscious, and connected to Shiv Baba, connected to Almighty Shiv Baba. So, as they are connected to Shiv Baba, that Sankarang takes place, and the inculcation of those divine attitudes, divine qualities comes in the soul. That is what Baba is telling. Each holy swan is decorated extremely beautiful. Ruhani khubsurati, Ruhani sajawat, with his or her specialities, which he has got from Shiv Baba. The specialities are the elevated decoration. The decorated holy swans look so lovely when it is said that a person has come from a parlor and his seems to be something a bit shining, a bit different from what he was. But now the result is the outcome of the Sankarang with the Almighty Authority Shiva Baba, who decorates us with the divine virtues. So Baba is telling the decorated holy swans look so lovely, lovely. Bab Dada is pleased to see each one's decoration of specialities. Baba is feeling very pleased when Baba is seeing the children decorated with divine virtues. All of you are decorated because as soon as you were given this Brahmin birth, one very interesting sharing. When it is told that when Dada Likhraj got combined with Shiv Baba, he became Brahma. So Baba says, when you are combined with Bab Dada, you become Brahmin. So, and so Baba is telling, all you are decorated because as soon as you were given this Brahmin birth, Bab Dada gave you the blessings. May you be a special soul. When we children got connected with Bab Dada, that Sankarang does the magic. And in that magic, what happened? The divinities from Bab Dada came to us, and as per the Purusharat, many children became Bapsaman. So everybody became special souls. Special, that is, when it is special, the first letter S stands for soul conscious, and P for purity, peace, and prosperity, and E for embodiment of knowledge, and C for very careful, I for I not for inspection but for introspection, and A is adorned with virtues, and L is lawful and loveful. That's the outcome. That's the purusharth which outcome gives rise to a special soul. Although it is number wise, even the last number is a special soul. Even the last number. To enter Brahmin life means you are among those who are counted as special souls. Even if you are the last number in the Brahmin family, even in the last number in the Brahmin family. In comparison to many souls of the world, you are remembered as a special soul. In this logic world, when a person is with the elite class, he is always regarded as something special because he was with CM, he was with PM, he was with President, and all that. But now, here, this soul is with the Supreme Soul, the highest authority, God Himself. So he is regarded as a special soul. This is why it is remembered a handful out of multi millions and a few out of that handful. So a gathering of Brahmins means a gathering of special souls, decorated souls, elevated souls, so special souls. Today, Bab Dada was saying that although the Father decorates everyone equally with specialities, some imbibe that decoration, some inculcate that decoration and becomes embodiment of that decoration and use it at the appropriate time, whereas others are either not able to imbibe it or not able to use it. At the appropriate time, for instance, those of royal families nowadays decorate themselves appropriately according to the time, and that looks so good. As is the time, so is their decoration. This is called being knowledgeful. Nowadays, people keep various sets of decorations. So Bab Dada has also given you so many various sets of many specialities and elevated virtues. No matter how valuable, how invaluable a decoration may be, if it is not appropriate for the time, how would it look? What Baba is telling, as the situation, so the knowledge is used. Similarly, the Father has given everyone the decorations of specialities, virtues, powers, and jewels of knowledge. But you become number wise. in using them at the right time. That is, adorning yourself with the right virtues at the right time. All of you have all these decorations. Each speciality and virtue has its own importance according to the time. If, while having them, you don't use them, then although they are invaluable, they have no value. Even you are having the medicine, but you are not consuming it in the proper way, in the prescribed way, then it will have no value. For whatever task you need to imbibe a speciality, that particular speciality is valuable at the time. For instance, swans discriminate between stones and jewels. They separate out the jewels and only imbibe those. Koile ke Khan, jewels are there, diamond is also there, and the black coal is also there. A person goes in, and what you find is in black. He has got that black spot all around the body. And what Baba is telling, that swans are those that even in negativities, if there's any such positivity, they just can check out that positivity and imbibe in and can transform themselves. That's the quality of the swans. They put aside the stones and imbibe the jewels and pearls. Such holy swans means who choose the specialities and virtues appropriate for the time and use them at the time. As is the time, so the knowledge is used and getting adorned with the right decoration at the right time. This is known as being a holy swan that has the power to discern and the power to decide. So the two powers of discerning and deciding are the two powers that take you to the front. When you have imbibed both of these powers, you can carry out a task at the right time with that speciality. So each of you holy swans has to check both of these powers. Does either of these two powers deceive you at that time? If you discern or decide after the time, what time has already passed? That is when it needed to be done. Both of these powers always work appropriately for the time for those who are number one holy swans. If these powers work after the time has passed, you become part of the second number. That is using the knowledge at the appropriate time in an appropriate way. That is called doing the things as per Srimad. And what the Srimad is, the first letter S stands that for following the Srimad, you have to be soul conscious. Another letter R, for following the Srimad, you have to be responsible. I, for following the Srimad, you have to stand for introspection than to inspection. And the outcome of that Srimad M, that is, you have to do the Purusharth of Manmanabha Madhyaji. And another letter A, that you have to be adorned with the knowledge. And T, resulting in the complete transformation. So Baba is telling, if these powers work after the time has passed, you become part of the second number. Don't even ask about the third number. Only the swans whose intellects are always pure are able to carry out a task at the right time. You were told the meaning of the word holy. One holy is pure. In Hindi, holy means the past that has passed. So those whose intellects are holy, which means pure and clean, and those who have the practice of always letting the past be the past at every second and in every situations are always holy. That is, they remain colored with spiritual color. Remain colored with spiritual color, remain adorned with spiritual color, remain flavored with a spiritual color. They are always colored with the Father's company, Bab Ka Sang, that is colored with the divine virtues, colored with the Bab Ka Sang, that is Father's company. So the one word holy is used in three ways. Those who have the speciality of all its three meanings, that is, those swans who know this method, attain success at every moment. So today, Bab Dada was looking at this speciality of holy swans in this gathering of holy swans. Whether it is physical task or a spiritual task, the basis of success in both are the powers to discern and to decide. When you come into contact with anyone, unless you have discerned their motives and feelings, and then having discerned them. If you haven't decided accurately, you cannot be successful in either task, whether it is to do with people or situations. You have to come into relationship with people and you always have to overcome situations. Both of these things have to be faced in the life. So, a number one holy swans means one who is full of both specialities. Baba is again and again talking about holy swan. That is, who for holy, H is honest, O is obedient, and L is lawful, and Y he is never going for Y and Y. He just does follow the Srimat, and Swan S. He will be soul conscious, and W is as wonderful like Baba, and A adorned with virtues and resulting in an Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari. This was the news of today's gathering. This gathering doesn't mean only those who are sitting here in front of Baba, in front of Bab Dada, along with all of you. All the children from everywhere have emerged. Bab Dada celebrates a meeting and has a heart to heart conversation with the whole unlimited family. All Brahmin souls, with the power of the remembrance, become present in Madhuvan. Bab-Dada is telling all Brahmin souls, with the power of the remembrance, become present in Madhuvan. The Hindi word Madhuvan, whosoever does the Purusharat of that Madhuvan, that is becoming sweet, definitely are present in the Sthul Madhuvan. Bab-Dada is telling that this Purusharth of becoming Madhu, becoming sweet, is very, very important. And due to that only, he can remain in Madhuvan. Maybe he is physically there, but to be wholly there, physically, mentally, man se bhi, tan se bhi, for that, he has to do that Purusharth of Madhuvan. He has to become sweet. Madhuban, Mithaban. Bab Dada was particularly seeing how clear every child's line of the method and the line of success are, how the method has been applied from the beginning until now, and how much success they have attained as a result of using the method. How clear are both these lines? How long are they? That is, how much have they accumulated in their accounts in an accurate way through using the method and having success. The foundation of the method is having an elevated attitude. If the attitude is elevated, when the method is accurate, and if the method is accurate, then the success is definitely elevated too. So the seed of the method and its success is your attitude. Always have an elevated soul conscious attitude of brotherhood. That is the main thing. But along with that, while coming into contact with every soul, let there always be an attitude of benevolence, love, cooperation, selflessness, and of being free from sinful thoughts. Let there be an attitude that is free from wasteful thoughts. Sometimes you have an attitude of wasteful or sinful thoughts towards some soul, and as is your attitude and vision, so will you see the world of that soul's tasks and actions accordingly. Due to that one, it is said, "Jaake rahi bhavana jaisi Prabhu murti dekhe taisi." So Baba is telling, as is your attitude and vision, so will you see the world of that soul's tasks and actions accordingly. Sometimes Baba hears this and also sees in the children. Because of this attitude, you can speak about it. No matter how good a task that a person may perform, because you have an attitude of wastefulness. The words that emerge for that soul are always like this. This one is always like that anyway, is always like that. So, this type of attitude will make you experience that soul's world of activity to be likewise. In this world, all of you give the example of spectacles. Whatever colored glass you wear, that is the color you see everything to be. Similarly, whatever your attitude is, that attitude changes your vision, and your vision changes the world. If the seed of the attitude is always elevated, then the method and results are definitely successful. So, first of all, check the foundation of your attitude. Check it. Check the foundation, and when you see the foundation, the F, whether it is free from encumbrances or whether you find it, yes, very much objective, the objective of the foundation, objective of your attitude, you, whether it is uplifted, whether whether your state is nirakari, nirvikari, nirahankari, D is dedicated, D, that are you in the stage of Dil Takta Baba, and A, whether you are adorned with virtues, T, whether you can transform from self transformation, that is, with the self transformation, the world transformation, and I, whether you are not for inspection, but you are for introspection. O again is obedient to the Almighty, and your state is Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari, that you have to check it. That is called having an elevated attitude. If any relationship or connection, if there is a mixed attitude instead of an elevated attitude, then no matter how many methods you adopt, there won't be success. Even if a person is having the great knowledge, but he doesn't know how to use it, rather you can say if he knows how to use it but is not using it the proper way, definitely he will not have success. This is because the seed is the attitude, the tree is a method, and the fruit is the result. Wonderful, said Baba. This is because the seed is the attitude, the tree is the method, and the fruit is the result. If the seed is weak, then no matter how expansive the tree is, it won't have the fruit of success. If the soul is nice, but he is not connected to Shiva Baba rather than is connected to Ravana, even if he has got the best knowledge, he cannot succeed. To succeed, he has to be in a soul conscious state and connected to Baba, following the Srimad. Definitely, the fruit of success will be there. Bap and Dada were having a special heart to heart conversation about these children and method of the children. For self progress and for success in service, Bap and Dada were sharing an entertaining slogan in their heart to heart conversation. All of you also use this slogan with one another. You remember the slogan, you first in every task. Do you not? One is you first and the other is I first. Both slogans, you first and I first, are essential. However, whilst having their heart to heart conversation, Bab and Dada were smiling. Where it should be I first, you make it you first. And where you should say you first, you make it I first. You change it around. So this happens as per as the state of a person. If he is soul conscious, then he appropriately uses the word you first and I first. But when he is body conscious, that's the opposite of that. You change it around. When anything to do with self transformation comes up, you say you first. If this one change, I will change. So that is you first, is it not? And when any chance arises for service or facing a situation, you try and make it I first. I too am something. I should always receive something. So where you have to say you first, you say I first. To remain constantly stable in your self respect and to give respect to others means to say you first. I should not be that you simply say you first in words, but for actions are then different. You have to remain stable in your self respect and give respect. What would be the sign of giving respect and being stable in self respect? Always check two things in this. Om
Sanjeev,
Shanti.
yeah, let's stop here and we'll
Yes.
continue on Monday then rest of the Murli.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So let us be in silence. Om Shanti. Today, Bap Dada has given a wonderful method, a wonderful way, or the perfect way to be successful. For that, Baba says that you should have the elevated attitude. And in that elevated attitude, by although this elevated attitude is the outcome of your Purusharth, and if that Purusharth is according to Srimad, if that Purusharth is done perfectly as it has been told by Baba, definitely the attitude is elevated, and in that elevated attitude, success becomes natural. So Bapdada is very well explained the holy swans, the nature of holy swans, how they have the difference in them, how they can segregate between good and bad, negative and positive, and how they use it. That is, Baba is telling that you have to be soul conscious, connected to Baba, and also follow Baba, following the Purusharth of, that is, following the footsteps of Brahma Baba. That is, and if we follow the footsteps of Brahma Baba, definitely success is there. So it was a wonderful Murli. Now, if you want anybody to give their inputs and what they got it from this wonderful Murli, uh, if anybody wants to give their inputs, please.
Om Shanti. Oh, thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family.
Will you speak a bit louder, brother?
Can you hear me?
Now it is
Hello?
better, but if you can speak a bit louder.
Sanjeev bhai, his
Hello?
voice is clear. You just check your internet. Kalpesh bhai's voice is quite clear.
Okay, okay. So go ahead, brother.
Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. And today is a very clear message Baba has said. And my takeaway is that analogy of that seed is attitude, and tree is method, and fruit is your result. So in every activity, every thought, when we connect to this activity, we will get the answer. So that I got. So I want to use that analogy in everything. So thank you, Baba. Okay, Om Shanti.
Right, brother. It was really wonderful, wonderful sharing. And that analogy is also wonderful. If we follow it, definitely we will reach to a place what Baba means.
We continue. The elevated attitude towards others means not to see any negative or waste in others. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Right. When Baba talks about elevated attitude, that is first par nahi, ars par. When it is said about Farista, that Farista also has got elevated attitude. First par nahi, ars par. That is not body conscious, soul conscious. And when a person who is soul conscious sees another person as a soul, when a person is soul conscious, he is connected with Baba. And when he is connected with Baba, his stage automatically gets elevated. And when it has got the Sang of Baba, so whatever he sees, his vision becomes Bab Saman. So what Baba tells that if your vision becomes elevated, if your attitude becomes elevated, what you will see will definitely be not ordinary. It will have some elevated vision. Elevated attitude will give elevated vision, and in that elevated vision, you will find the things wonderful, not ordinary. That is always see the soul, not the body. Wonderful.
There are a few messages on the chat box. Girijaban says, I am a holy swan seated on elevated stage, alokik and unique, extremely beautifully decorated with virtues, powers, and jewels of knowledge. Have I, the holy swan, imbibed the speciality? Am I able to discriminate the specialities and virtues according to time and use at that time? I am invaluable, able to discern between stones and jewels. Check two powers, power to discern and power to decide. The next point she says, no, I, holy swan, is always full of all specialities. The seed is attitude, the tree is method, the fruit is the result.
Yes, very wonderfully recited. It was a wonderful dhun of the Murli today, as said. वो जो सुर था, it was really wonderful. Although Baba is always in sur, and whosoever hears the Murli, and when the person is soul conscious, he also becomes in that sur. And if we do the purusharat of sur se sur jab mil jata hai, that is, if our state just matches with the state of Baba, तो सुर से सुर मिल जाता है, तो कहते हैं क्या wonderful धुन छेड़ा है, and the effect is success. And what Baba says, that only aware of the knowledge, awareness of the knowledge, awareness of the self, and using that awareness, using that knowledge as per appropriately as required, imbibing it, inculcating it, definitely does the magic. And the magic is that you become really wonderful, and you become able to just discern between good and bad, holy, unholy. So Baba, this line is really wonderful. The seed is the attitude, the tree is the method. The seed is attitude. If you can use it proper seed, the outcome will be that as is the seed, so is the tree, and then is the fruit. So the seed, proper seed is required. So Baba tells, you are the wonderful seed, because you are the person who became Devi Devata in the earlier Karp. That doesn't mean that if the seed is wonderful and if you're not using it proper knowledge, as like in Lokik world, if the seed is of very good quality, and if other things which are used, just as fertilizers and all that, are used properly, then the seed becomes a tree, a wonderful tree. But even if the seed is very nice, even if the person is very nice, and if he lives with the negativities, then the tree cannot be good. So, for the tree to be good, proper seed is required, and with the proper seed, as Baba says, is the attitude. Proper attitude is required. Proper attitude, proper fertilizers give rise to the proper tree, and in that proper tree, if it is continued, that purusarth is continued, if that process is followed religiously, as Baba says, definitely the outcome is wonderful, that the fruit is the result. So it's very nice. If anybody else would like to share, please go ahead.
While this sharing is going on, what reflection was coming on was how the frequency of the sur and the tal has been met.
Right.
Is when the music is very melodious and it is very soothing to listen. But when your sur and tal is not in the frequency, where here I say frequency of that higher attitude and the elevated values and virtues of Baba, then we are not in a position to play the right music. So attitude here is the frequency of the music, is what the analogy I was getting.
Yes, yes, yes.
Om.
See if the person hears any
Baba,
sur. If the
Om.
person hears
Yes,
any music.
Girijaban. Yes, Girijaban.
Yes, yes.
No, if the host allows me, I just want to share one
Oh,
thing.
please, please.
See, we are all, you spoke about seed of attitude and events, but we have to first understand, and it is so beautifully, I don't remember the chronology from Smriti to Vritti to Drishti to Kriti to Samskar. There's a big thing we speak of. But I just, from this Murli, two things we have to know. The foundation of attitude and the altitude of attitude, what it can do. It can change things. So the foundation actually it comes only from three things which we have: the conscious mind, thoughts; the subconscious mind, feelings; and our body, actions. So out of all these three, attitude comes. So even though we know the seed is attitude, we have to understand how did that attitude form. For example, dogs bite. I've created an attitude in my mind. So maybe I had a memory where I saw dogs being bitten. I have got that vision and it is firm in my memory. So I have an attitude dogs bite. So when I see a dog, I throw a stone over it because they bite. That's my action. So if I have to change it, I have to go back to my thoughts, feelings, and my actions will change. So that's the foundation one should understand what is an attitude. Then only we can go to the adjective of attitude, what we call it as elevated. Now, what is the altitude of attitude? It can change your actions. It can make you negative. There are so many um, defects. If suppose the altitude is not well realized, that's what we call it as how far. What is the altitude of attitude? I think this kind of feeling we have to understand for each action what we do. Here Baba is only giving us about the holy swan. Imagine a swan sitting on that lake, able to only pick up pearls, not pick up stones, because it had only smriti that I pick pearls, I pick pearls, I pick pearls. That's what we should understand, I think. Foundation of attitude and the altitude of attitude. Om Shanti.
Very well explained, sister. Baba always often tells, as is the sankalp, so is the outcome of our sanskars. If the sankalp is very good and the purusharth is good, so the outcome is definitely elevated and results in an attitude which is really elevated. But the basic foundation is that in a spiritual Baba, what spiritual life, what Baba tells, if you are really soul conscious, you are connected to Baba, and when you are connected to Baba, you are connected with positivities. Definitely, your attitude becomes elevated. On the contrary, when you are in body consciousness, you are connected to Ravana, the negativities, and in that resulting in this opposite of that elevation, you come down. So Baba, when explaining this knowledge of ladder, Baba says, as you became body conscious, so आप गिरती कला में आ गए. But on the contrary, when Baba gives the knowledge that my dear children, you are a soul, and with the awareness and with the input of the Purusharth which Baba gave us, if we do the Purusharth according to that Srimad, definitely again with the awareness and with the Sankalp and with the vision of Baba, and with the if we follow the footsteps of Brahma Baba and do the Purusharth according to him, definitely we reach to a stage which is elevated, and in that elevated stage, you will find everything wonderful. Om Shanti.
Dada, let's move to meditation. We are
Yes,
done.
yes. Can you play some instrumental music? I will just do
Yeah,
give the
yeah.
yes. Any instrumental music. We say in bhakti, we recite the words Tumeva Mata. You are only my mother. Visualizing Baba as my mother. Baba is just pronounce the word Ma, 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 Ma. Wonderful emotions come, creating a wonderful picture of Baba. And visualizing the picture of Baba as my mother, as my mother, Baba has taken me in his lap, and in my mother's lap, in Baba's lap, Baba's eyes are always in my eyes. बाबा की दृष्टि सिर्फ मुझ पर है और मेरी दृष्टि सिर्फ बाबा पर है. Oh, what a wonderful magic is happening when Baba's drishti is coming to me. That transformation is going on very fast. Making me free from all negativities, making me adorn with virtues, resulting in my complete transformation. Again and again, Baba's drishti is fixed on mine. बाबा अपने हाथों से, मुख से पुचकार रहा है. Baba is doing palna with his drishti, with his hands. हमारी दृष्टि सिर्फ बाबा पर है, बाबा की दृष्टि सिर्फ मुझ पर है. बाबा ने अपने सीने से लगा रखा है. Baba is catching hold in his lap. Making me lovely adorned with virtues, resulting in a peaceful state of extreme purity, extreme of that elevated purity, creating a wonderful silence from within, feeling very safe. Oh Baba, you're really wonderful. Oh Mother, you're really wonderful. What a caring, what a caring, what a lovely Sri Baba. Really feeling that love of the Almighty and feeling so thankful to Baba. Kya bhagya hai. Feeling the greatness of that wonderful fortune to be in my mother's lap, to in Baba's lap. Let us remain in Baba's lap. Not only kabhi kabhi, sada, sada. Oh Shanti, oh Shanti, oh Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Sanjay Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. with a Manthan class by Dr. Shwetang Bhai, who would take up the 2 full Murlis that we read in this week. A snapshot of that. Do come with your experiences to take the maximum benefit of this session. Shanti.
Om Shanti.